My parents were immigrants, and each of my parents had very traumatic experiences in Europe, and it colored the whole emotional feeling of the family that I grew up in. They were fearful, they were anxious, they were mistrustful. I was fearless because I didn't have any boundaries. I had to experience everything. And I was impulsive and I threw myself into life and got beaten up a lot. But I learned a lot too. My father definitely wanted to control. What he saw was my love of joy and expressiveness and freedom. To him, it represented danger, that I would not be a competent human being. And he couldn't allow that. That was a part of our relationship. When I first got my cancer diagnosis in 2011, a part of me felt that it was a death sentence. If not immediate, it was a warning signal that, my years are probably getting to be limited because there still is no cure for cancer. Now that I'm approaching the end and learning more and more about fears and anxieties that people have at the end of their life, one of the big ones is I never lived my life fully enough. And I don't have that. I gave in to, I indulged, I had experiences. I felt who I was. Death is completely surrounded by fear. But if people realize that, they don't have to accept the fear. It's an amazing ability to constantly be reframing when we find ourselves having negative thoughts and feelings or resentments or anything like that. People have been asking me about how I want to be remembered. And I really want to be remembered through the heart. They see me living my death in a unique way, that it's important for me to share that with other people, just to give people food for thought about how they're living their lives. I feel like I want to get the word out more and touch more people, but other than that, I'm completely ready to go.
Okay, everyone, I'm here with Pamela Asherah, a beautiful friend of mine, and we have just watched the documentary. So to follow up with that, and thank you so much for being here with us, I have two questions for you today, Pamela. The first one is, in the documentary trailer, you say that you hope that when you're gone, people remember you from the heart. Elaborate on that, please. What do you mean about that?
Okay, yeah. For a while now, since I've been dealing with my illnesses, people have been asking that question, how do you want to be remembered? And I thought, well, there's no, and they would ask me what I'm most proud of in my life, and that doesn't have a lot of meaning right now. Accomplishments kind of dissipated as I was approaching my end of life. And I realized that the only thing that really mattered was love and the learning that comes from that love. And right now, I have no reason to hold anything back anymore in terms of the heart. I think in the course of in the course of my life, I've been defensive and guarded at times, but it's not the time for that. I still need to have discrimination, but I feel like I'm not meant to hold anything back in terms of my heart. So any advice that people want, any hugs, any I love yous, and any support that I can give anyone is most meaningful for me. And I feel their love coming into me. And I would like to leave my life on a wave of love. And when they think of me, I don't need to have some image of me doing this or that, or when I did this or that. I just want them to feel me pulsating in their hearts, that I'll always be part of them. So does that answer your question? Or can I elaborate more?
You can say whatever you desire, but that's really, really beautiful and profound, because we, busy our lives, even when we're living our purpose and doing what we know that we were here to do, and we feel so driven and all of those things. But at the end of it all, it really does just come back to love, huh?
It does. I can say that for myself. It really does. Because for years I felt pressure, I felt driven, I had to do this, I had to do that. And now I feel like, well, I want to be fully alive. And I want my heart to be full and resonate with other hearts. And I feel like that's the way I want to live on, once I transition. It's, what's written about me, I don't care. People may have memories of working with me on projects, and I mean, that's fine to have good memories. But the main thing is when they say my name, or, the first thing that comes up is the heart connection. And a friend of mine in California and I emailed yesterday. I wanted to make sure I had her birthday right. And it really surprised me because we weren't in touch that much. But she said every morning when she meditates, she brings me into her meditation. And she told me how much she loves me. And I'm finding that out for more people that I didn't realize were out there feeling that feeling for me. So to me, it's like reaping the rewards of a lifetime now that all this is able to come in and it's out in the open. And everything I do, I feel there should be an element of love in it.
So it's almost a calling for us to live like that every day, right?
Yes, it would be quite a miraculous change. But theoretically, if everyone woke up in the morning and
their hearts were wide open. What a different day on the planet that would be.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So you and I met last fall, and we had some very, very special time together. And a very profound experience happened to you while we were together that I was blessed enough to witness. And I will just put my perspective on it, but if you could elaborate, I think that it would be really valuable to this group of individuals here. Um, from my perspective, it seemed as if you lifted out of your body and you went up and you experienced unconditional love. Can you tell me what about that? What was going on at that point?
Well, I was very blessed to have three awesome women who were friends come and visit me in my home. And I was lying down in my meditation room, and everything was very spontaneous. There were people, one person would be at my feet, and I think you had my hand. And, there was a variety of my physical body being involved. And what I was experiencing was this incredible burst of love coming in from all these loving women. And I felt so safe that I just felt myself expand. I felt the physical body really melting away, which has been part of a practice, a yoga practice I've been doing, preparing for the end. But this was on a wave of love from the community. And it was awesome. And I lifted up into a space, and it wasn't as if I was having visions. It was a diffuse type of light. But I felt this strong force of love that was completely nurturing me. And I just felt that, yes, this is where I'm meant to be, and this is where I'm meant to go, and this is what I'm meant to give back to life because I've experienced it. So I don't know how well I can transmit that, but in any way that I can, I want to pass it on, that it's possible for one person, and maybe with the help with some friends, to reach a state of love and joy and bliss. And I was remembering some lines from a poem by Yogananda, and I thought that kind of captured my experience. From joy I came, for joy I live, and sacred joy I melt. And that's what was happening to me when you were there and you were part of this experience. All of you beautiful beings helped me return to that beautiful state of love and bliss that I believe is real.
Thank you so much. You are so amazing to be in this time in your life, and you truly emanate love and joy and this grounded peace that is such a lesson for all of us. And I know it's such a lesson for living, right?
Yes. I mean, it would have been beautiful to live my whole life in this state, but I realized I needed to have these experiences. I needed to develop more self-awareness. But if it took my physical body's demise to release this energy, I honor it. It's a wonderful gift, really. And I think that's because my ego nature is stubborn. And, I had to knock down that image of myself as a super healthy, super person. And once I did, I felt more connected with humanity and more compassionate and more wanting to live in a state of love.
You know, when you say that, Pamela, it makes me think of what what my envisionment is of as we evolve as humans into that state of really no longer needing a physical form, you know, of returning to that space of the divine. We won't need a human body, and it just sounds like you're just going there now. You're experiencing that now and communicating that back to us is what it feels like to me.
Okay, and I remember you said something like that. You said, "You're here now. You're," you know, I was believing that I needed to die first to be in that state, and you reminded me that I was there now, and that's what the Buddha said, nirvana is here now. You know. Yes, it was the most awesome experience, and part of my process is that I feel like I'm transitioning out of my body, and I'll never quite return to the same type of physical body because the whole planet is transforming, and our physicality will be expressing in a different way. But I could be perfectly happy without a physical body. Because I feel this body of light in me that just wants to be. So, you know, whatever the future, I feel blessed to have this awareness and this experience, and to have you a part of it, and everyone who's been in my circle supporting me.
Thank you so much for taking the time and spending a little time with us. Pamela, you're truly, truly an amazing woman, and in my opinion, an angel. And you're just going to go from one state of being an angel to another state. And that's a beautiful blessing for me to have met you and to know you.
Absolutely. I honor you completely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.